So tell me what's going on for you and how could I help?
So I got my binder going. I've been reading the articles. I went to start my day one and I said, nope, I'm going to wait until today because I know I keep procrastinating, but I was going to wait till today because I paid for what was it? The one with the $99 subscription?
The Law Hub Prep Plus.
Yes. And so I paid for that. And then because I was going to start Friday, I think you can remember, but then I said, well, okay, I'll start when the week starts off because that'll help me to carve off the time, right? No, Sunday could not do it. My daughter was like crazy. So my mom just got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And so she's been trying to manage it, right? And she's my primary care person for the little one in the background. And if I'm working or whatever, so when she has a bad day or she's not feeling good, it's like a last minute change for me. And that's probably what's killing me the worst. So it's nothing you can do, but I do plan on catching up. I do plan on jumping into it. Like I said, I bought the Plus. I'm going to be participating in the study group. I just have to start studying. And I find that the best way I think is going to be for me to do early in the morning before she wakes up. And everybody that knows me knows I love my sleep. So that's going to be a hard sacrifice, but I'm going to do it. I don't know. I'm just trying to, I think because the information is like water hose right now. Everything is new, right? Because I haven't started the first section at all. And so I like the emails with the motivating me because like, okay, stay focused, get started, start doing it. And so I think once I start doing it, anything that's important to you, you make the time for it. And that's the only reason why I wanted to start now, because I know that time-wise, it's not going to get any easier for me. Like, so I have to make the time for it. And I think that's the biggest struggle for me. So the plan, I like it being rigid. I like everything the way it is. I don't know. I just have to focus. So there's nothing really I think that you can do that I'm thinking of. No.
You could have all the resources and support in the world. If you don't have the time, it's hard to move forward. But the good news is It sounds like you're committed and you're going to do what you can, and obstacles will come up and you'll work around them. If you have to cut into sleep a little bit, you have to cut into sleep a little bit. And the study plan, that is more important for the level of specificity it contains about what to do than the exact day-by-day breakdown. So if you can only carve out a half hour in the morning, an hour in the morning to keep moving ahead, then that's what you do now. And maybe things free up later and you can devote more time. But as long as you can get a little bit of momentum, that'll keep you in the game.
I think that's why this weekend I reading the articles and starting the binder, and then I printed off, it's actually sitting right here too, because I was upstairs and I printed it. One of the emails that you sent today, it had the stuff about the behind the scenes for the former LSAT question writer. So I printed that off and I'm planning on reading that. So what I'm doing is as I read them, I put them in my binder, like a document protector, so that I can go back to them if I have to. And I have it sectioned off by like the subject or what it is. And so, yeah, I just have to actually start doing the very first day's work and then I'm going to be good. But again, I'm going to do it in the morning. Some days my daughter takes a nap, some days she doesn't. But I feel like when she takes a nap, I can get 30 minutes in then, you know what? And so this week is the week I have to start. Like, I just have to do it. And I'm committed to it. So I'm going to do it. And as soon as something comes up where I feel like I need your help or something's not jiving, then I'm going to let you know. But right now, everything is perfect. It's just a lot of information. And I'm just trying to drink from the water hose.
For sure. But what I love is that you're staying organized. Like, you're compiling, you're getting things together whenever you can, so that if suddenly, tomorrow your daughter takes her nap, then you've got your binder ready to go. You can dive in and grab every second you can until she wakes up, and then you have to close the books and get back to her.
And see, the other thing is that I have her in daycare for 2 days out of the week. So I think I'm going to increase it to 3. So that'll give me that extra day just to be able to focus on studying, because I have to work and then I have to study. So it's like, I'm thinking about increasing it that one more day starting next week because I have to give them a week's notice or whatever. But I'm gonna increase her daycare too. So I'm looking for little ways to carve out that time because it is important to me, and so I have to make the time for it. And yeah, it's gonna be today. I have no choice. I'm gonna do it, even if I have to stay up late. Which that's harder for me. It's easier for me to wake up early than it is for me to stay up late. But if I have to stay up later tonight, then I'll do that. But yeah.
I love
I
it. I love
appreciate
it.
you.
Of course. No,
I
you're carving it
appreciate
out. You're
you,
making it happen.
Yeah, it's just hard. I think the what I've gotten the most so far out of the articles and the reading, the frequently asked questions are perfect because those are all the questions that I would have had. But the mindset ones, the articles that I read today, I do not have the LSAT mindset at all. When it comes to the logical reasoning and making it fun, like finding the flaws in people's arguments, that's probably going to be something that I'm going to be able to start trying to do because I don't always think that way. You know, sometimes when we're listening, we're automatically thinking about defending our position instead of looking for what's wrong, like the flaw in their argument. You just more, okay, what can I defend what they're saying? So I look more to the, how can I defend what I'm thinking instead of, okay, let me point out where you're wrong or where the flaw is, where the disconnect is. And so knowing that I don't have that mindset, now I'm more aware of it. And so now I can focus more on that.
I love it. Yeah. Find the fun in it. And yeah, you can really change your mindset and change how you look critically and skeptically at arguments, both not just defending yourself and not just poking holes in other people's arguments. I think the next level is when you can poke holes in your own previous reasoning.
Wow.
That's like, to me, that's like when you really got it, because especially in arguments, if you're talking about current events and politics, you know, there's this whole selection bias where you only look at things that confirm what you already think. But if you can poke the holes in your own reasoning, because obviously, you know, you have your viewpoint, you have your side, and that's fine. I'm not saying to change your opinion. What I am saying is to acknowledge that things are not truly black and white. There's always alternate considerations and possibilities. And that's what they're looking for on the writing sample too. On the writing sample, they want you to choose a side where two things are equally weighted. And there's truly no right decision there. But and each option A and option B both have their pros and cons. But if you choose option A and you argue in favor of it, you still got to point out what option A's drawbacks are to recognize that there is nuance and there are shades of gray. So to me, that's like where you really get into it on logical reasoning.
Okay. Nice. I don't know. What else? Steve, you sitting there, you put me on the spot. I don't know what else to say.
No, there's nothing else you have to say right now. I mean, I think we got some good insights into how you can set up your day, how you can set up your week, how you can structure things. It sounds like you have a good plan. So we could just leave it at that for now. And then as future things come up, bring them up in class, bring them up in the group coaching, and we'll address them as they come up.
So I will ask this. So with the classes, so I click on and I RSVP when there's an availability for me to RSVP, right? But then sometimes it doesn't have that. And so I just think that, okay, I'm just supposed to click on that link at that time.
Correct.
And so I'm following, so I got the study plan, right? So we have the study plan, but then we also have our lessons and our webinars. So I've been going through the lessons so far, like this weekend I spent some time going over the different orientations, and then I think I got the question and answer, and now I'm to the very first like real one. So do I need to bounce over to the webinars every once in a while, or should I just go by the lessons and only, like, what's the best way to use everything that I'm given? Because I gotta map stuff out, you know what I mean? So you probably can tell that already, but I can sometimes analyze to the point of, analyzation to the point of paralysis, like, so I don't move because I'm too busy trying to analyze a strategy or come up with a plan that I actually don't execute. So again, recognizing my own weaknesses. That's something that I'm trying to figure out how I can use the best of all three. I got the study plan part down. I got the lessons down because now I know I can just go in there, and then I learned how to mark them complete. So, okay, got it. Now I can do that. But how do I include the webinars? What's the best use of the webinars as well?
Yeah, great question. So the live events that are happening each week, those are basically just a place for you to connect with others and to ask your questions to me and to others live as things come up. You know, everybody's at a different point in their prep. Everybody has different areas of strength and weakness. So some people are at week 1, some people are at week 7, and some people are taking the LSAT in July, others are taking it in November. And so everyone's going to be at different points. And the group coaching is agnostic of all of that. It doesn't care where you are. We just address things in the moment as they come up. Those who are further down the path can support those who are just getting started. And everyone can get some insights from that too. Everyone can listen and benefit, and I answer and others answer as well. So that's a place just to bring things, challenges as you're facing them as they come up. For the other classes, like the workshops, like on flaws that we've done recently, that's a place for us to go in depth and granular on flaws, and you can ask your questions in real time. The other webinars, that's just more food for thought on things like admissions or what law school is looking like these days, all the peripheral stuff that's not exactly the LSAT, but is obviously relevant to you and your journey. And then same deal goes for the recordings. Like, listen, if you want to change it up and listen to something different, like you can listen to my webinars on recordings about study plans or staying structured, staying organized, because that's not LSAT content like games or reasoning, but it's still very relevant to helping you move forward. And so you might see some tactical things, maybe not about binders specifically, but about the overall theory and the framework of setting yourself up for success. And those are also nice because you can listen to those on the go. Like, let's say, you know, if you're driving somewhere, you can listen in the car, but you wouldn't be able to work through an LSAT problem in the car, but it's a way to still get some information.
That's true. Okay, that's good. Because that's one of the things I realized in the study group too, when we were reading when we were going over how we answer our questions, like, because some of us asked, okay, do you go to the shorter questions first, or do you go? And I was like, yeah, I tend to do that. Even with the shorter answers, I'll read them first because I'm so used to now listening to everything versus reading it that I kind of get lazy with the reading. So they were like, oh no, you got to read more. You got to keep reading because, you know, you can't jump around. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't help for you to jump around. So I thought that was pretty cool help, you know, from the group, something to help me to. So when you say listening to the different content, that works for me because I like to listen now. I learn lazier now. So
no, it works for you.
So no, that's it. That's all I got, Steve. Like, I'm cool. I'm thankful. I'm happy to be a part of the group.
I'm happy to have you in the course. You've been contributing a great deal already, and I'm excited to have you in it going forward.
I'm telling you, I appreciate it. I'm pumped up. I didn't even have any espresso this morning. Normally on days like this, I'm like, oh, I got to go get my chai tea with a shot of espresso, my dirty chai. But today I didn't do it. I just was hung out with the green tea and worked my way through the day, the first part of the day. So
nice. I love it. I love it. I love the energy. Well, keep at it, Markeisha. I'll see you in class tonight, and anything comes up, let me know.
Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Of course. You have a good one. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.